Searching for truth in corporate America feels like a fool's errand. How many sins are papered over or upheld in the great and grand name of company culture? There was a recent story on Daily Dot that spoke volumes. I literally sat under my desk and cried. Worker says employees are required to come into office twice a week for company culture. She's the only one there. They want us to drive to work on a computer. It's not about productivity, folks. It's about control and obedience. I once had a manager who told me, some people value control more than they value anything else, including money. Sad but true. In this article, we learn, in the video, she shows herself seated in what appears to be a completely desolate office space. She's the only one seated at her desk, and she proceeds to show what the rest of the area looks like. A lone cornhole board rests on the ground near an empty seating area. There are rows of monitors and office chairs with nobody sitting on them lined up throughout the office, and the video ends with low recording through a window in the office showing a bright, sunny day outdoors. She writes in a quoted text overlay on the clip, "We really need everyone to come into the office at least twice a week to contribute to company culture." Unfortunately, some managers and company owners will never quite learn that people have figured out the emperor isn't wearing any clothes. Plenty of companies do not need employees to be butt in seat at an office in order to function or for the business to have a culture, whatever that actually means anymore. What even is company culture anyway? When I was working for other people in an office, or worst of all, a so-called bullpen environment, it was awful. I hated it. Being in an open cube farm environment made it difficult for me to focus as much as I should, though I did learn to forge my own ways of blocking out the external drama as best as possible. Plus, the other truth is, you're usually thrust into these situations with people you didn't pick or hire. There's no guarantee you'll get along well or that you won't be stuck with people like racists, sexists, bigots, homophobes, anti-Semites, liars, backstabbers, etc. In the same way that you don't get to pick your neighbors, you don't get to pick these colleagues you're expected to create a culture with either. According to BetterUp, the definition of company culture is: company culture is the shared values, attitudes, behaviors, and standards that make up a work environment. It is about the experience people have at work and how that experience aligns with the external brand and messaging of the company. Culture is what creates the day-to-day experience at a company. And when an organization has a good company culture, employees are engaged, committed, and excited to come to work. I don't know about that. Because what happens when you look around and realize, I do not share any values or standards with these people? If you've ever been a victim of aggression in the workplace, you understand what I'm saying. The notion of being shoved into a cube farm or sitting in an office with the door closed, when you could have been at home instead, is not very appealing to a lot of people, and understandably so. Using this catch-all phrase of company culture to justify doing it is even worse. What kind of culture is represented anyway by cubicles, office chairs, and fluorescent lights? Other than the digital panopticon of easier surveillance, I don't know.